Hello, Manong George here. Today we'll talk about citizenship in the United Kingdom. First, you'll have less visa restrictions when you're traveling to other countries. Second, if you are applying for finance or mortgages, being a UK resident and applying for a mortgage here in the UK gives you another advantage because banks would be a bit more favorable for you. What is the eligibility to become a UK citizen? First, you should have had your ILR for at least 12 months. And we have another video talking about how to obtain and what are the requirements for an indefinite leave to remain. Other requirements for you to be a UK citizen is first, you should be over 18 years old. Second, on the day that you pass your application form to the Home Office, or at least a day before, you should have been exactly at least 5 years living in the country. You should have your proof of knowledge of English as well. You should also have proof that you passed the Life in the UK test. You should intend to live here in the UK. And also, you should provide good character reference. Now, what I had to do was I got my manager back then in the ward and another person who was actually a friend of mine with good outstanding character as well in the community to provide me good reference of character to the Home Office. You can start a new life here in the UK with your family. Here's how to apply for your kids and your family. Your children should have a different application of their own, and it costs £1,012 for each child. Right. But remember, if your child was born after you had your permanent residence or your ILR, and they were born in the UK, then they are automatically British citizens. Well, we talk about your children, but what about your wife or your husband? Well, it's basically the same as your application, but there are a few things that you can see on this list. There are actually 3 ways to prepare your application. First, you prepare it yourself. Second, you get an agent or a representative. Or third, you can go through the NCS or the National Checking Service. Personally, during my time, I did it by myself, and then during my wife's time, she went through the NCS. And then you go back again to the biometrics. They'll take your fingerprints again and another digital photo of your face. Now it's time to submit all your documents. And remember, you must pay as well the fee. Remember, the fee is £1,330 per person. However, you have to pay £19.20 for the biometrics. After that, it's a bit of a waiting game. Normally, it will take 6 months for your application to be decided. However, it can be a bit longer depending on how complex your application is. Sometimes it can be a bit shorter. In my personal experience, it didn't take 6 months because everything was already submitted anyway during my first application for an indefinite leave to remain. So this time around, the paperwork were a lot more straightforward and less complex. Once your application is approved, you'd be now invited for a citizenship ceremony where you'll receive a certificate of British citizenship. Congratulations! Congratulations, you're a British citizen now. However, you can still apply for a new British passport during or after your ceremony. So, don't forget, before you can apply for your citizenship, you should have your indefinite leave to remain first. So, proceed to this video if you want to know more about the indefinite leave to remain. Remember to hit that subscribe button so that you can always be updated with our new videos. And always remember, Manong knows.